There's things like the energy grid, and it's like, man, like we really need to do something with our grid, like yesterday.
But is that more important than bombing Iran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know like what the real motivations are. I like what they've done with Doge. I think that maybe they've cut a little bit more than they need to.
Well, you just heard an unlikely figure criticize Donald Trump and his second term. And when I say unlikely figure, I'm talking about Shawn Ryan, who is a former Navy SEAL and was on Tucker Carlson's podcast to talk about a whole host of issues, political topics, and even the Trump administration. Now, what was really interesting, one of the more fascinating moments during their conversation had to do with corruption. Let's take a look.
I see all these negotiations going on in the Middle East, and then I don't know when these buildings were approved or when these deals got done, but then I also see like, oh, there's a brand new hotel going up in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, and another one going up in Doha, I think. And I'm like, did these like just get done also with the deals that just happened over there? Or was this earlier? You would probably know.
No, I don't know.
You don't?
I've not made $1 in the Middle East, not one.
Well, I mean, you're a lot more on the inside than I am. And
No. I'm just a visitor and a traveler and a watcher. But I don't, there's
that stuff kind of worries me. It's
well, it seems like corruption. Yeah.
Now, understand they're talking about Trump properties getting built in various foreign countries. He's talking about deals that Donald Trump is making as the president of the United States in foreign countries that obviously benefit him, his family, his business.
But Anna, that can't be true, because I heard that none of them would ever defy Trump on a single issue.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, Cenk, because I want to go to the next clip. Get a load of this.
What like bothers me more than any of this is that people have just lost the ability to critical think. And if you do say something about the tariffs or is it Greenland or Iceland? I can't even remember, or whatever.
The big one.
Yeah, if you throw any criticism towards any, and not just Trump, but anybody that is in a position of power. I mean, the U.S. has just become so tribal now, and it's you cannot criticize or give any constructive criticism to what's happening without getting blasted. And it's sad. It's like, man, like you guys have 100% lost all critical thinking skills.
I agree with every word.
I love what he said there, Cenk. I love it. And I want to start a trend in this country. I want to start a movement, okay? People who engage in that kind of tribal thinking, we need to make them unpopular. Like they should feel like, that's super cringe, right? Like it shouldn't be popular to be a brain dead partisan that defends your side regardless of what your side does.
It would be hilarious if we canceled the cancelers.
Yes, why can't we do that? Let's do that.
Okay, but
that calls for better politicians, better public servants.
Right. Now look, seriously, my take on it is, if you're in the camp of, look, if you ever agree with a right winger, even if they're agreeing with you, or you ever talk to a right winger, or by the way, if you're radical right and you say, I never talk to a left winger, never agree with a left winger, never criticize Trump, etc. If you're in those camps, no, I don't need to cancel you. You can keep being who you are, right? But for the rest of us, we just got to get past them. Right? So like, I get it, that's what you do. Like if you see someone saying that you should follow a certain ideology 100%, what they're saying to you is, don't use your brain, use my brain.
Right.
Okay, don't you dare do critical thinking. Okay, you must follow a strict ideology. You waver 1% and we're gonna call you whatever names, a communist Marxist from the right, a Nazi racist from the left, right? So you see people doing that, they're saying, I don't believe in you. I don't think your mind is good enough. I think that you should suspend all independent thinking and just rely on me because I've got the right propaganda, I mean ideology, okay?
Boo.
So for the rest of us, we should start to not cancel them. They can say anything they like, but start to kind of feel bad for them.
Cringe.
Like it's a little sad, right? Oh, I'm going to go be maximalist on the right or the left.
Right.
So there is no middle ground, and I hate the middle ground. And I don't mean like you should pick a policy in the middle. I mean, maybe we meet each other in the middle and go, oh, you're anti-war, I'm anti-war. Instead of going, I don't believe you. If you say it because you're on the wrong tribe, if you're in the wrong tribe, I never believe a word you say. All right, I mean, that's a person saying, I'm not even using critical thinking.
Yeah.
I'm just using blanket, okay, if you did this, then I hate you forever. Okay, that's how a radical thinks.
So this is a problem in the country that goes, I think it goes well beyond the political realm. Because I don't know how this developed in the United States, but I do think it's an issue where people have difficulty with constructive feedback, right? Like with the Democratic Party, we just experienced that when it came to Biden's mental decline. But let's take the politics out of it. I'll give you an anecdote. So there's a publication that I submitted a piece to, and the editors, they loved the piece, but they wanted to edit it, right? So we went back and forth, and one of the editors was so apologetic about just know that I really like your piece and I apologize for the markups, because he was afraid that I was gonna get angry or upset at the feedback, at the constructive feedback to make my piece better, by the way. And I wrote back and I was like, don't ever apologize to me again for doing your job. I'm not offended by this at all. You're making my piece better.
Yeah, I had an editor when I wrote in a college paper. He made every one of my pieces better. So that's what a good editor is. By the way, mainstream media editors, just talked to a reporter today. I won't tell you which publication because I don't want to burn anyone. But they were like, yeah, we want to write the pieces about rebellion pack and populism, et cetera. Our editors kill it almost every time.
Of course.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's like the mainstream media editors are the worst. They're like, well, what is their status? Oh, they don't have enough status. Oh, we will not be publishing them. Anyway, so that's an aside. Now back to Shawn Ryan and Tucker Carlson here. Guys, okay, so put Tucker aside for a second, because I know like you mentioned the name Tucker Carlson and people lose their minds, right? So look at Shawn Ryan. He's saying, don't go to war. Let's use critical thinking, calling out Donald Trump's corruption. Even if you think he's on the right.
He is on the right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know him at all. I don't know him from Adam. Okay, so he's on the right. Can you take yes for an answer? If you hear people say no, don't take yes for an answer, because it'll stain us. It'll ruin our moral purity if we agree with Shawn Ryan. Okay, then you have your answer. That's a person who says, I don't care about policy. I don't care about policy at all. Tucker Carlson agrees with us on not going to war with Iran. I don't want his help, even though Trump is much more likely to listen to him. Why? Because my moral purity as a radical is more important than stopping a war with Iran.
Yep.
Okay, so understand that you're talking to a radical. You're hearing a radical when they say that. When somebody says, I care about saving lives in Iran, in Gaza, et cetera, and I'll take all the help I can get to save those lives, that's a person who cares about policy. Right? So that's your distinction. And if you're still watching Tucker Carlson tell you 100 times that he doesn't want to go to war with Iran, and you go, no, he's lying, then wait, who's he lying to? He's not saying it to you, he's saying it to his audience. If he's told his audience 100 times that they shouldn't be in favor of going to war with Iran, what difference does it make if he's lying or not? Because that audience is still getting the same message.
Yeah.
And you should encourage that message instead of saying, I don't believe you. That's it, you're on the right, I'm not gonna do anything with you. Okay, just please. It's egotistical, it's selfish, and it's disgusting. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.